welcome to day 2 of traveling in Seattle. It is Friday, October 18, and this is our second day in Seattle, so we're going to do lots of other sightseeing and touristy food spots like Biscuit Bleep, since I can't swear on here. Then there's also Space Needle. We're planning on hitting up I think it's, what is it, Dave's Diner?
Dick's Diner.
Dick's Diner for dinner. So let's just go ahead and start our walking journey this morning.
Now for a bite with the actual biscuit. Cheese. The biscuit is good. Very good.
My hair! So we just finished having breakfast at Biscuit Beep. Right now we're on our way to the Seattle Central Public Library because when I searched it up online it looked like it had some cool architecture, and we're not quite too sure what else to do now because we're full off the biscuits. So right now we're gonna go check out the library. So we've made it to the library. It's honestly probably the fanciest library I've seen, though I haven't even been to the MLK library, and all these cars be trying to cut me off right here. But I won't really be speaking inside the library because it's a library. I know, this library, for being a public library, is like a college freaking library. If anything, mashed up into like one. They had a little auditorium over there where they could give like speeches. But now we're going up to the 3rd floor to see what they've got, what kind of cool views they've got. So look at that, just the skies. So we just went up one of the book spirals, and you can see it passing in these little rows here, but this thing surprisingly just keeps on going up and up. When we were on the 3rd floor I thought that was the end, and then I saw an escalator to find more. But I guess now we're on the 9th level of book spirals. And then we're going up to 10, which is the reading room. So there's 10 floors. Because it's a library. So right now we're at the highest viewpoint of the atrium, which is what this library is called. It's actually pretty cool, mainly because everything's built out of steel and glass. It's just amazing. It's also puzzling. The ceiling tiles makes it feel like an insane asylum, if that makes sense. Because it's like white padding, and anytime you see white padding, you just assume it's an insane asylum. Oh, that looks so beautiful. Alright, so we rested at this library, and it's actually a very nice library. You know, they've got really good architecture, fast Wi-Fi, because I saw they had some Cisco access points, but it was just a nice place. Of course, it was like a maze, just because some entrances you would only be able to go up one way and not be able to find your way down without the elevator. So some ways you would only be able to go all the way up with
the escalator, and there's no returning escalator down, and you'd have to take the elevator. But now we're headed up to the Roastery Reserve. Starbucks Reserve. Now we're headed to Starbucks Reserve, which is about a 15-minute walk from the library. Finally, we are almost there. It's literally across the street. Whenever we say some place is gonna take 15 minutes to get there, it always ends up taking 10 times longer for us. So like an hour later, I think we've reached the Roastery Reserve. And it's looking great. You can see it right there. It would look better probably at night, because then that R would be lit. That golden Starbucks thingy is $4,500. That's just crazy. Alright, so we just finished having a latte at the Roastery right there. Now we're on our way to a Goodwill to see if we can find any good thrift finds while we're here. So the Goodwill's about a 12-minute walk from here. We'll see. And then people are staring at me from this restaurant. So we've made it to the Goodwill. See. Let's see what we can find. Kind of reminds me that I do need to pick up a costume for work. Like, what am I gonna dress up as? But I guess I should go to the costume place at my house instead of having to bring it from here to work. Alright, we just finished up our haul at Goodwill. Though I didn't get anything because I'm wearing 2 jackets right now and I was too lazy to take them off in order to try stuff on. So I ended up just getting a pop socket holder car vent mount thing for my car because I use the pop sockets. It's very hard using this in a car if you don't have that, like, even if you have the magnetic thing, it doesn't really stick. Then there's just so many other problems, so that's why I had to get this. Well, that is what it looks like, and the price is only $2.99, so it was $3. Originally, this thing is like $15 on Amazon or anywhere else online, so I guess this was a pretty good steal, and it's an actual pop socket. It's not like a fake one. So now we're off to grab some lunch at a taco place, a taqueria. So apparently this taco place that we're going to is up there. This kind of reminds me of one of those places like the San Pedro Market in downtown San Jose. It's like a whole bunch of shops inside of another shop. Here we are, the Taco Chukis. Cool, so we just sprinkled our lemon zest on top of the tacos. And this is their, is it house special? And this is their house taco. This is the Chuki's house taco. I mean, there you go. that I'm dripping juices. The lighting is okay. Good flavoring. Good spicy sauce. This is probably like the one good taco place where I haven't had to add my own spices on top of whatever they've already added. Alright, now, can I try? Yeah. Right now, I'm gonna be testing out this cactus flavored one, which I've never really eaten cactus before, so we'll see. I guess you wouldn't really notice that it's cactus. To me, it's almost like bell pepper, just not crunchy, like bell pepper actually is crunchy. Maybe it's just a veggie inside. It's not bad. Though I do prefer meat instead. I don't know what I expected cactus to taste like, but it's alright. Alright, now we're on to our second dinner of the night. We just finished eating at Taco Chucky's. We just finished eating at Taco Chucky's, and now we're on to Dick's Drive-Ins. The one good thing though is that this dine-in is like literally 500 feet that way to the right, so it should be a super close walk. Right now we're about to be coming up on Dick's Drive-In. Makes me want to say like drive-in and dives, or diner drive-ins and dives with Guy Fieri. Here we are. We just eat standing. Well, I guess that helps with the whole thing that the food is not very healthy for you.
We'll get a shake too. That's where it's at.
Alright. First thing I'm gonna be trying out is their fries. They're good. Slightly a bit more oily than In-N-Out's, but In-N-Out's are more healthy, so you just have a little bit more oil on it. It's crazy. We in the hood, but they made you pay 5 cents per sauce packet, so we only got one because you don't really need any more ketchup than what's already on. But I'm gonna take a bite of the deluxe burger right now. You can barely see the patty. No, this is the Dick Special. Oh, this is the Dick Special. So it's kind of like, what is it? Bun, lettuce, sauce, which is like mustard, it looks like. Tartar sauce. And lettuce. Pretty good, though it definitely will be taking a hit because it has no onions, and I love onions. That's good. They do not have tomatoes here, so that's the cool thing, but apparently they do have onions. They just charge you 5 cents, which I didn't know, or else I would have gotten them. But it's good. Tartar sauce makes it taste very fatty, of course, but that's tartar sauce in general. Kind of like how In-N-Out puts their Thousand Island sauce. Whatever. Alright, so one other thing that I would like to say is that people like to compare this with In-N-Out, but In-N-Out is just 10 times better than this because you can customize it. You can say no salt, but here all of the stuff is already pre-made. And it's not even that much more cheaper than In-N-Out because In-N-Out's actually pretty cheap. And you can customize it to have extra everything. So I like raw onions, so I get extra raw onions on that. And then it was very different having a hamburger this time without any onions at all. But It was okay. Good to try once. Alright, now walking from Dick's Drive-Ins, we're headed to the AT&T Lounge because that's where the Central Perk, what? Okay, that's where the Central Perk pop-up is, where they have the Friends coffee shop kind of vibe set up going on. So we decided we had to come visit it while we were here. I personally have not watched Friends. I've watched snippets of it here and there, but I haven't had time to actually sit down and watch the full series, which I know a lot of people have done, but I have not because I'm busy, but I just make excuses. Alright, so right now we're in the AT&T Lounge, which has the Friends set up right now, but one of the things that we got was this Rachel matcha latte, and it actually tastes really, really good. No sugar needed. And then I also got this draft kombucha, which kind of looks like beer. Yeah. But it's so good. I love kombucha. Waiting to see what everyone else gets, but the good thing about the AT&T Lounge is that you can download their app. This video is not sponsored, by the way, and which is called The Lounge. I don't know if you can see it, The Lounge right there, but you can get a free drink at the lounge. But I didn't get to show you guys everything else, but right next to us is the door. But then again, I don't know too much about Friends, so I'll just show you guys everything. There, they've got all of their merch. So originally we were on our way to the Space Needle, but of course we got distracted by the REI flagship store, so we are stopping here for a little quick shop around to see what we can get. Alright, well, after walking around forever, we have finally reached the Space Needle. But because it took us so long to get here, it's already closed inside. So we're just gonna be outside taking pictures, testing out the iPhone's night mode to see how great it is or how not so great it is. But I think we're also a little bit too close in order to get a good picture, but it'll be alright. We're right next to like the news buildings. But it's a great way to end the night.